There were only 3 free throws in the first half. A lot of this was based on 3-point shooting. Is that just how it has to be? One with the group that you're remaining, or is it because, especially tonight, the way Cleveland is playing?
Well, they're a very well-schooled, well-drilled, well-coached defensive team with personnel that fits with what they're trying to get accomplished. So you have to be intentional with your offense. I did think that we had a pretty good balance of drives, attacks, and threes. It felt like we were only shooting threes in the probably the first 14 minutes, but those were the right looks. They were coming off of drive and draws and sprays, which they'll force you to do. And yeah, we felt that because of those aggressive drives, that there were probably some opportunities for those to be fouls, but they weren't, and you can't necessarily control that. But it still was a possession game. I liked how we grinded and got back into it. It was a 3-point game, I believe. And, beginning of the fourth quarter, and then it turned into an offense rebound. Kevin Love 3, go down the other end. And then we come back and Kevin Love fouled on a 3, and all of a sudden look up and it's a 9-point lead. That was probably the key moment in the game.
Seems like they make a lot of threes against you guys. Last time they hit 16, tonight they hit 16. How
Yeah.
players are playing when they're hitting their outside shots like that?
Well, they're a good team. I mean, you can't expect it to be easy. It's not like they don't make threes. I mean, they average almost 13 a game. So it's 3 above their average. Obviously, they want to get opportunities in the paint. They have great size, but it always looks a little bit different, when you're making shots, and they were able to make some shots and keep that separation. Anytime that we were able to get back into it, it seemed like somebody hit a big 3.
What PJ did for you through the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, he was really good.
Was that just a matter of taking what's there and being smart enough to see that for him tonight, that was there?
Yeah. He and Kyle both were, bright spots, particularly, both ends of the court. That's who they are. Two-way basketball players. Took on the challenges of basically each one of them guarded 1 through 5 at some point during the game. PJ knew that he would have some opportunities behind the 3-point line because of how they defend. He was able to capitalize on that, but also his screening is so invaluable, for us getting guys open and things that probably the average fan doesn't notice.
We don't know if there'll be rotation players later when you get other players back, but to get moments, hazy moments, Omer moments, is it sort of gratifying that at least, I know you don't want to be shorthanded, but for all that work, those guys can at least show some of what they have? Well,
we've always said this, that there's no better player development for a young player than playing in competitive games with context, meaning, and consequences. If you're a young player and you're just being gifted minutes, on a non-playoff team, I'm not sure how much better, those young players get as compared to this kind of situation. Every possession matters, every detail matters, and then you're expected to produce and contribute to winning basketball. That has a 10x, I think, impact. And each one of those guys had some really good moments. They had some other moments that are very teachable moments, and that's the deal. We'll get to work, tomorrow and try to clean up some of these things.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Maddox.
All right, we'll start with Cooper Moorhead, Heat.com. Go ahead.
Yes, Bo, I don't know what else you can say about PJ at this point, but you said the other day that he's really replicating a lot of what you asked Bam to do on both ends of the floor. But defensively, I mean, is there anything else that he's not doing, PJ? He seems like he's kind of cleaning up everything for you guys on that end.
There's sometimes, when I say that term 1 through 5, I mean, I wish I could have him guard all 5 guys. He has that kind of intensity, disposition, and commitment, on that side of the floor. But he's also able to do things with detail in the heat of the moment. You can count on him to be reliable to do his job, and also do what's necessary from a team standpoint, and that's unique.
Thank you.
All right, up next we have Wes Goldberg, Locked On. Go ahead.
Hey, Eric, just a couple things. First of all, Tyler Hero, any long-term concerns with that quad? It looked like he got bumped into?
Yeah, it's a thigh contusion. We'll see what we get tomorrow.
And then you guys have taken 40 or more threes the last 3 games. With Jimmy Butler out, Bam out, is that just getting those shots up? Is that just, one of the most
No, we're
important
not
things we can do?
jacking. We're still trying to play to our identity. We're an aggressive team. I think especially in the first half, we had some really good, clean looks. And a lot of them came off of the right play. Guys getting into the paint, attacking, making the extra pass, finding the open player. I was pleased with the kind of threes we were getting, probably particularly through three quarters. But they're a very good defensive team. So if you're not making some of those shots and not getting to the free throw line, they have a pretty good way of keeping you, well below your average.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.